NVIDIA is no longer just selling chips into an AI boom. It's helping turn AI compute itself into something that can be financed, like real estate, energy infrastructure, or any other long-lived asset. And that could matter a lot for investors who are worried that AI stocks like NVIDIA are still too cyclical. So the big shift is this. Instead of AI growth depending only on another wave of hardware purchases, new financing platforms could broaden access to AI infrastructure and help create more usage-linked, recurring economics around compute. And if that works, well, AI could start looking much less like a one-time technology spending cycle and more like a new infrastructure asset class. Well, in this video, you're going to learn what NVIDIA is building with major financial institutions, why that could change how AI infrastructure gets funded, and how that shift could affect NVIDIA stock over the next decade. But before we begin, if you're new to the channel, hello, my name is Rick Orford. I'm a Wall Street Journal bestselling author, been trading since 1999, and no, I'm not a financial advisor. But that's a good thing, because I'm right here with you, breaking down the numbers so retail investors like us can make smarter, more confident decisions with our money. I want to thank The Motley Fool for sponsoring this video. The Motley Fool is a company that provides investing insight and stock recommendations for investors of all skill sets and risk levels. And you all know how much I love researching new stocks and trying to find the next best investment. So I'm proud to partner with The Motley Fool to bring you 10 stock picks from their popular product, Stock Advisor. Stock Advisor has beaten the market by almost 6 times. Go to fool.com/Ricko to get your 10 stock picks right now. Okay, so NVIDIA is arguably the global leader in AI infrastructure. The company's pioneered the graphics processing unit, or GPU, and has since evolved into a full-stack AI platform provider. And today, its products power AI training and inference, along with cloud computing and gaming. And that evolution matters because NVIDIA isn't just designing chips anymore. The company sells computing hardware, networking products, and software platforms that let organizations run compute infrastructure at scale. Its data center platform includes AI accelerators, networking hardware, and enterprise AI software. And it's even become NVIDIA's biggest and fastest growing business, thanks to surging demand for generative AI. NVIDIA has built an integrated ecosystem around GPUs, networking, and AI models. And that full-stack strategy has helped make the company a critical infrastructure provider for hyperscalers, governments, and research institutions, including the cloud providers like Microsoft Azure, Amazon Web Services, and Google Cloud. Now, that scale creates a new question. If AI demand keeps growing, who is going to finance all of that infrastructure that's needed to support it? Well, that's where NVIDIA's latest strategy starts to get interesting, at least from an investor's perspective. Governments, businesses, and startups are investing heavily in AI to accelerate innovation. But building all this infrastructure to support that demand needs some huge, enormous amounts of capital. So NVIDIA has partnered with companies like Apollo, BlackRock, Goldman Sachs, and other major financial players to create independent financing platforms for AI compute infrastructure. And together, these partnerships are aiming to unlock more than $500 billion in third-party funding over time to help build and scale AI data centers. So instead of every AI lab, enterprise, or cloud provider funding giant infrastructure projects from its own balance sheets, these platforms could bring in outside capital and make compute capacity easier to access at scale. NVIDIA thinks its AI compute platform is an attractive long-term investment because of low token costs, high revenue potential, and a long, useful life that's supported by its broad software ecosystem. And the agreements with 6 global investment firms are designed to create large-scale financing platforms that are dedicated to AI compute, with large pools of capital and competitive financing terms for NVIDIA's customers. So the bigger idea here is that AI compute could one day start being financed more like infrastructure. And this is important for anyone who's worried about cyclicality. Hardware sales, they can be lumpy, right? Companies can spend aggressively when they have lots of money. They can pull back on their budgets. They can upgrade again and repeat. But if AI compute increasingly becomes a financed asset that generates revenue through usage over time, then the economics around NVIDIA's ecosystem could start to look a lot more recurring. But of course, none of this eliminates cyclicality, but it could change how investors think about where the recurring value sits. Now, if you like breaking down companies just like NVIDIA, you should definitely check out my community. It's one of the fastest growing investing communities right here on YouTube, where we talk about what companies are doing, options trading strategies, and how we can make the most money in the current market. Best part is it's completely free to join. Just scan this QR code right here on the screen or check for the link and click it in the description. Now, going back, NVIDIA itself is also at a critical milestone. The company started out designing computer chips, but today it's helping build what it calls AI factories. NVIDIA views AI compute as a revenue-generating asset, which is why the company sees its platform as critical infrastructure for a scarce and high-value resource. Its compute platform supports many AI models and workloads across different customers and operators. And CUDA also keeps improving performance over time, which can extend the useful life of NVIDIA's systems. So when NVIDIA talks about AI compute as an asset, that argument isn't just about the physical GPU. It's actually about the combination of hardware, software, and utilization together. And that combination is what could make the asset even more valuable over time. AI compute, it's become a critical but limited resource with strong investment potential. And if demand keeps scaling, well, it could play an even bigger role in long-term growth and productivity. But building this infrastructure takes massive amounts of money, lots of investment, lots of skilled workers, and of course, large-scale data centers. And that's why the financing piece matters so much. NVIDIA's new partnerships, they create a foundation for the next phase of AI infrastructure growth by combining the company's leadership in AI compute with the ability of major financial institutions to provide that long-term funding. And that broadening access to capital could be the bridge. It could be a bridge between today's AI boom and a more mature infrastructure market. Now, let's connect that all back to the stock. NVIDIA shares have traded between $164 and $236 over the last 52 weeks. And over that period, the stock is up about 20%, and it's also gained around 3% over the past month. And recent price action has been driven by three main factors: headlines, inflation data, and positioning ahead of earnings. The biggest factor has been renewed confidence in AI spending. Recent earnings from AI-related companies have come in ahead of expectations, giving investors more conviction that demand for AI hardware stays strong. At the same time, the latest US CPI report came within expectations, easing worries that the Federal Reserve is going to become more hawkish and lowering the odds of another rate hike. And then there's earnings. NVIDIA is scheduled to report its fiscal second quarter results on August 26th. Wall Street expects another year of solid growth, with quarterly revenue projected to hit $90 billion and EPS is projected to double from last year. So investors are already positioning themselves for another strong report. But this is also where the financing angle becomes useful. If investors are only focused on the next quarter of chip sales, I think they might be missing a bigger structural shift in how AI infrastructure gets funded and normalized. Now, if you've been watching NVIDIA, but you think maybe the stock is just too expensive today, but maybe you'd rather own it 15 or 20% below where it's trading right now. Well, if that's the case, check this video up here, because I talk about how you can sell a put option on a stock you'd like to own and get paid to wait for it to potentially come down to your price. And if it does come down to your price, you get to buy the stock, but you got paid to buy it as well. It's kind of like being paid for a limit order. Now, let's connect all of this back to valuation. NVIDIA is currently trading at a market cap north of $5 trillion. The stock is currently trading at around 23 times earnings, so that means investors are currently paying around $23 for every dollar the company generates in earnings. Now, compare that with a company like Broadcom that's trading at 53 times. NVIDIA is trading at a significant discount. Of course, NVIDIA's growth can't stay explosive forever. The market is assigning the company a lower multiple than it did at the start of the AI boom. And one reason is that NVIDIA's net income has grown much faster than its share price. If earnings rise dramatically while the stock price rises more slowly, then the price to earnings ratio comes down. But investors are also worried about three things: AI spending that's eventually normalizing, hyperscalers reducing capex, and customers shifting more spending towards custom chips. Well, those risks matter because they get directly at the concern that I mentioned earlier. Is NVIDIA still riding a massive but ultimately cyclical hardware cycle, or is the company becoming part of a recurring infrastructure model? Well, that's the question that new financing platforms could help answer. If third-party capital makes AI factories easier to fund, more customers could gain access to NVIDIA-powered infrastructure. That could support demand while encouraging a broader market for compute, at least as a revenue-producing asset. And that brings me to my verdict. A consensus among 47 Wall Street analysts rate NVIDIA a strong buy, and that rating has held over the last 3 months. Analysts have rated the stock an average score of 4.85 out of 5. It's one of the highest scores ever in an AI stock, even though it has ticked down slightly over the same period. But the mean to high target prices, they suggest there's potential upside ranging from 36 to 123% over the next year. But I don't think the interesting part is what the analysts say. I say the more important question is whether NVIDIA's financing strategy helps move AI compute from a technology purchase into a broader infrastructure asset class. AI compute has already become a critical layer of AI infrastructure as demand scales across industries. And NVIDIA's partnerships with 6 financing firms arrive at a key point in the AI investment cycle, and all of them add another layer of validation to the company's leadership. All these financing platforms could make it easier for NVIDIA's customers to build larger scale AI factories, all supporting top-line growth by helping them secure scarce compute capacity without relying entirely on their own capital. And if that happens, the market may eventually look at NVIDIA completely differently. Instead of viewing the company only through the lens of how many chips that it can sell in the next upgrade cycle, investors may start paying more attention to how much economic activity gets built around NVIDIA-powered compute. That is a much bigger idea. Now, NVIDIA's current valuation is also not very demanding, which raises the possibility that the potential growth from these financing platforms actually hasn't been fully priced in yet. This is rare. Of course, investors are watching the risks closely. Third-party investors are already taking on credit risk while they provide capital to NVIDIA's customers. And the success of the model is going to depend on how well those risks are managed. So for me, the thesis comes down to this. If you believe NVIDIA's new financing partnerships can accelerate the build-out of AI factories and broaden access to AI compute, then the company may actually be helping create an entirely new asset class around AI infrastructure. And if that shift moves more of the AI economy from one-time hardware purchases towards recurring usage-linked revenue, then the old cyclicality argument may actually start looking less complete. But if you're more concerned about financing risks or credit quality, or maybe even the possibility that AI spending actually slows down before this model matures, then it might make sense to wait for a little bit more evidence of the thesis. But now I want to turn it over to you. Do you think AI compute can really become an infrastructure asset class like real estate or energy? And do you think that shift can make NVIDIA less cyclical over time? Well, and of course, before I go, did I get any of this right? Did I forget something? Let me know all of that and more in the comments below. And while you're there, if you found the video helpful, don't forget to like and subscribe because it really does help others find the video. It supports the channel and it makes sure that you don't miss out on my next deep dive. Well, that's it for me today, at least in this video. Thank you so much for watching. Hope to see you again here on YouTube or in my community. Bye for now.